and I decided to just pretend that I know where crypto is. And so I decided to lead them over to my husband, who was...
Okay, they really should have been in Dumbest Criminals, because if you're dumb enough to believe that she has a physical form of crypto, you deserve to be shot, nigga. patrickcc. Desperate couple turns abuse into entertainment by patrickcc. Talk to me, Patrick.
Live streaming has reached a new level of dystopian nightmare. Here we have streamer Amouranth and her husband Nick Lee, who recently went on a nearly 24-hour-long live stream in the middle of an explosive...
Didn't they argue for like 12 hours during this too?
...and violent argument, where psychological manipulation is on full display, threats are made, and the cops are called. And as if that's not crazy enough, tens of thousands of people were watching the arguments in real time and donating money so they can voice their opinion to the couple.
Did they? I mean, that's what the title says, but did they really low-key just do this shit for the money, bro?
Fucking you're dangerous for society.
You're dangerous for society. My God, girl, Jesus.
$1. You see, I'm a fat overfed with a
And yet, even with how explosive this argument was, it wasn't the first time we got insight that Amouranth might be married to an abusive partner. Then again, when you learn the entire...
Isn't Amouranth the same girl who like threw her cat across the room or some shit? Or is that a different streamer? I don't fucking know anymore.
...story, your perspective might change, because the deeper you go into this situation, the more unclear it becomes who's really in control. Over the years, Amouranth has slowly lost trust with her millions of followers, and there are some extremely suspicious circumstances that must be considered.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's gotten canceled multiple times. One time she like fucking launched her cat across the room and like people were canceling her for it. I think that was Amouranth.
Caitlin Siragusa is most definitely a pioneer when it comes to live streaming. In the mid-2010s, she joined Twitch before it was the entertainment powerhouse it is today. At first, she was mostly just doing what other streamer girls did at the time, cosplaying while playing various video games in an effort...
Is this a Tifa cosplay? Or am I wrong?
...to build a consistent audience. But she quickly realized how much she could capitalize on her looks after viral moments like when she dressed up as Black Widow at a convention. And along with creators like XO Ariel, Caitlin became one of the first Twitch streamers to live stream in revealing outfits while sitting in a hot tub or a small inflatable...
Oh, guys, guess what? So, with that being said, my girl bought a pool. A little small, like, you know, blow-up pool for the patio. I'm about to do my first hot tub stream. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just
pool
joking.
Indoors. And the hot tub stream or hot tub...
Where am I?
Meta was really where Caitlin, now Amouranth, began building a strong following. Suddenly, thousands of fans would try to get her attention in the chat every day, and it looked like she was enjoying every second of it.
Go follow my socials though if you guys haven't already. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. Thank you guys for all the support tonight.
But not everybody approved of her methods to achieve fame. Hot tub streams on Twitch became controversial because they blurred the line between gaming content and suggestive performances.
And
Twitch was initially seen as a place where gamers and creators share their appreciation for their passions, but many viewers and critics argued that the women doing these streams weren't building anything meaningful and that they were simply exploiting the platform's rules to attract donations through revealing outfits and flirtatious behavior. It sparked a debate over whether Twitch was becoming less about content and more about monetizing attention through sexuality.
Of course, when I say anything about corn, this nigga peeks in. Okay, bro.
It was especially controversial because so much of Twitch was and still is visited by children. 12-year-olds.
Yeah, you just gotta be 13 to get on the Twitch.
Were visiting the website to watch Ninja, only to get distracted by a woman in a string bikini riding an inflatable banana. Even people who were not necessarily against this content just felt like it was a little out of place on Twitch. In an interview with Forbes magazine, Amouranth...
Look, bro. Niggas are gooners. That's it. But doing it on Twitch is crazy. That's why they created OnlyFans. Take your shit over there.
Described how she and the other girls tried to get around the backlash by getting Twitch to make hot tub streams their own subcategory. This way you couldn't really argue that Twitch users were being blindsided by finding a bikini streamer in the just chatting or gaming category. Now, anyone who was watching a hot tub streamer navigated to that section and actively chose to watch. But
yeah, you fucking freaky ass niggas.
after this type of content was normalized and the controversy blew over, competition ramped up. Suddenly, thousands of women were streaming this same type of content, and Caitlyn had to
You niggas are just using this shit to get views. Cause look at this. You not even outside. You not even outside, bro. You're playing a video game. What the
do stranger and stranger things to catch people's attention.
Because before we were like in the main category of just chatting, so we got like a lot of eyeballs. There's a lot of people angry about it. Big debate online whether this should be allowed or not.
Gaming in the hot tub or just like streaming?
Yeah, I would game in the hot tub. I would work out in the hot tub.
See, that's what I would do. If I do a pool stream, bro, I'm gonna take a camera out there, right? Maybe my phone, right? Do an IRL looking thing. And I'm just gonna play The Sims or some shit. I'll just play The Sims while I'm in the pool.
I would talk to people in the hot tub. I would have like podcasts in the hot tub.
In a Speedo, nigga, I'm gonna be fully dressed, bro. I'm not even gonna have my shirt off. I'm gonna be fully dressed. I'm not doing that weird shit, bro.
I would sometimes I would eat in the hot tub. I would dress up and do cosplays in the hot tub. I thought about sleeping in the hot tub, but my man,
Cause I'm cool on that. Like I'd rather niggas not click on my shit because I have a shirt on than to get these freaky ass niggas in my chat, bro. So I'm cool on that. I
they told me that was against the rules. I might drown and die, you know, casual. But yeah, lots of things.
And as silly as Amouranth's strategy sounds, it was insanely profitable. By 2021, Caitlyn was a multi-millionaire. She had become Twitch's most viewed female streamer, reaching about a minimum of 2 million watch hours every month.
until she threw her cat.
Then to make even more money, she started posting content on OF. But Amouranth liked to think of herself as no different than the typical entrepreneur. Her secret to building a massive following is hard work.
I don't think there is a secret. I think it's unfortunately just hard work and putting yourself on every platform.
Suddenly, P-stars streaming
I mean, she's not wrong. She's not wrong if you're fucking posting on TikTok and all these other places and shit. You're gonna get your face seen by somebody at some point, bro.
on Twitch means they are gamers. If I'm a janitor on a football stadium, does that mean I'm a pro athlete too? When asked about the critics of the hot tub meta, Amouranth said, I don't think it's particularly unique or new, just people decided to hyper-focus on it now due to a few girls having outsized success. People keep succumbing to recency bias as if this recent development has forever tarnished the Twitch brand, or as if at some point in the distant future it's going to be just all hot tub streamers. And
See, niggas did that shit and it was like, all right, bro, chill out. There are millions of streamers on the platform. What are you talking about? Oh, is it only going to be hot tub streamers? No.
this has been Amouranth's public stance since the beginning, that she is a self-starter who managed to succeed on a male-dominated platform, despite the man trying to keep her down. Although there was a part of the story Amouranth would reveal that—
Bro, people act like this is new, bro. Sex sells. It's been like this since the start of fucking time, bro. Sex sells. Why are we surprised that she made it?
shocked the internet, that she was in an extremely toxic and potentially violent relationship with her husband Nick Lee, and that he was allegedly forcing her to do these live streams for his financial gain. By 2022, Amouranth was flaunting her success like an artist who signed a massive record deal. She was investing in crypto, product lines, and she was particularly proud to purchase a series of gas stations, even going as far to share that she spent $4 million on the first one, outlining what she was projected to make every month. It looked like business as usual. Amouranth was bringing in serious cash and trolling on every month.
No! I just dropped ice cream on my white t-shirt. Oh my god, my girl's gonna get so fucking mad. It's fudge. Bro, I just dropped fudge on my white t-shirt. Fuck. Bro, it looks like a poop stain, dude. Fuck!
It looked like
$110,000 a month?
Business as usual. Amouranth was bringing in serious cash and trolling online critics with keyboard warrior memes. But on a seemingly random live stream in October of 2022, Amouranth broadcasted herself answering an extremely disturbing phone call with her husband Nick, where she asks him why he threatened to kill her dogs.
Why did you say you were gonna kill my dogs?
What about the cat thing, man? I'm trying to figure out if it was Amouranth or not.
Okay, I can leave the. You know what? Actually, I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
We'll take the dogs and leave. You're asking the question, I'm telling you, and you're interrupting my, telling you. Literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were gonna kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Nope, did not say that. Now you're just being a liar.
I'm not
I said I'm going to tell you what I said in terms of the earlier. You're saying you did not say that.
I tried to tell you what I heard from you. And you called me a liar.
Then you.
Girl, just leave this nigga, bro. Oh my god, I dropped it on the pits too. Bro, I'm mad. I'm so fucking mad. I dropped it on my shorts.
Tell me, what did you say?
Girl, just leave this nigga. There's no, you guys are not married. You do OF. Leave this nigga.
Talking about.
And throughout the rest of the stream, Amouranth kept dropping one bombshell after another, telling her viewers that Nick had put her in a fancy prison. She then went on to explain that even with therapy, nothing was helping the emotional abuse, and that the hot tub streams that catapulted her into the limelight were his idea.
Okay, we're in couples therapy. It's not fucking working. He's still abusive.
According to Amouranth, she was a reserved girl who had no interest in doing any of it. Nick was just allegedly selling her body for his own gain.
And then he was changed for a bit, and then the hot tub meta arose, and he was like, oh, this is an opportunity. And then he turned into an again when I agreed to commit to the grind because it was a good financial opportunity for us. I've been wanting to tell people that, like, let's just stream together. Just tell them that we're married, because it's like our relationship would be better if we just stream them instead of fighting all the time. But no, Mr. Don't say that because it's gonna ruin the business model. It's not time yet.
But what stood out to most fans was Amouranth's claim that she had zero control over her finances, and that Nick was threatening to leave her with, quote, only $1 million if she didn't comply with.
Imagine, bro. Bro, imagine you're the successful one, right? Your partner leaves you and says they're only gonna leave you with $1 million, and you're tweaking from it. Oh, you still own the gas station that pays you $110,000 a month. You still run an OF that probably pays you over $100,000 a month. You run your Twitch that pays you over $100,000 a month. The nigga only left you with $1 million. You changed the password to all of your accounts, change the routing numbers to your bank account, change the password to your bank account. Like, bro,
with everything he wanted.
You're really tweaking?
I'm gonna leave you with $1 million and I'm gonna take the rest because I worked hard.
Let that nigga take the rest, bro. Just keep stacking your money, bro.
It's like, with $1 million and I'm gonna take the rest because I worked harder than you. It's like, and if you don't agree, then I'm gonna burn it all in court. I'm gonna put it all in crypto. Blah.
Imagine being upset because a nigga is gonna leave you with $1 million. You know what I would do with okay.
There's always threats, always threats. All the accounts are like two-factor under his number, and he has all like the login information and things.
See, that's where you fucked up. You don't ever let somebody else handle your money. I understand that's your man's, whatever. This is why you don't let anyone else handle your money. All of this shit is two-factor to his phone. Yeah, you're cooked. GG's. So you know what you gotta do? Wait till that nigga goes to sleep. Change all of the fucking passwords. Have them all two-factor to his phone. Right? Tell him, hey, I'm just gonna be doing a late night stream. You can go to sleep. When that nigga is out cold, take his phone. Change all the passwords. Do the two-factor thing. Change the phone number so the two-factor goes to your phone number. Then change all the passwords, change the banking information, and then leave that nigga. You got so much money, girl, where you could really just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to pack up my computer, pack up my stream equipment. All of the other shit, I can just buy it again. I got my money. I got my streaming shit. I'm out the door. That's it.
No, it's like keeps you there with the fear and the threats. You fear that he's gonna do something to your animals.
And like theoretically, she could really just pack up and leave regardless. Like she could factory reset her PC so he doesn't have anything, like any information from her, and just leave. However, I know how it is restarting your whole shit on a new computer. You know, re-downloading your streaming softwares, re-downloading your overlays, re-downloading all of this shit, making your settings again, resetting your settings. That's a lot of fucking work. So that's why I'm saying I would grab my streaming shit and then head out the door.
And then he's nice again and says everything's gonna be okay.
I feel bad for her, but the wording only $1 million is insane.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying too, bro. You can't say only $1 million.
You can live very comfortably with that kind of money. I'm not saying that's less than what she deserves. It would be helpful if we know how much is in relation to what he has taken from her. The amount of in here weirdly focusing on the $1 million bit is whack. While some people felt the wording of Amouranth's confession.
See, I said it too. It's not whack. It's the fact that like you're losing touch. It's like, yes, what's happened to her? I'm not making fun of what's happening to her, nor am I diminishing what's happening to her, because this is a very serious thing. However, not feeling like you can't make any moves with $1 million is fucking insane. There's so much you can do.
Felt a bit out of touch.
You could even bring that nigga to court with the $1 million and get your money back.
Others were quick to jump to her defense. People suffering from trauma shouldn't necessarily be fully responsible for what they say in the moment. But from here, it was a constant downward spiral. Amouranth showed texts from her husband calling her a dumb F, as well as other threats he made to her on a daily basis. In this feed, you can see him threatening that he will spend massive amounts of her money if she doesn't pick up the phone, showing undisputable evidence of financial abuse. And because Amouranth
proof. Take that nigga to court. Get your money back. Just like that.
was one of the most popular streamers for 2 straight years, the biggest creators on the internet were quick to publicly show her support. Even Moist Critical made a long rant roasting Amouranth's husband as best as he possibly could.
And this troglodyte sounds like an absolutely unhinged maniac. I watched the entire VOD to get the full context surrounding this entire situation, and I can say with a high level of confidence that this is an actual abusive lunatic.
Yeah. And Charlie went on to say what most of Amouranth's critics were thinking. She may have participated in an industry that people found immoral, but abuse is abuse, and it needs to be called out. Critical also referenced another stream where she was visibly exhausted, struggling to form a coherent sentence, only for her assistant to ask about where her meds were, and then she abruptly went offline.
I haven't gotten any calls. What are you talking about? Why would you ask if I'm taking my...
This is a scene right out of a horror movie.
Holy fuck!
The doors slowly opening up behind her, someone off camera asking if she's taken her medication. I believe it's her assistant, but even Amouranth is confused, like, why are you asking about the medication? You know, like, that's irrelevant to everything. So the assistant knew what was going on here, and for some reason asked about her taking medication, I guess implying that, you know, maybe she's having, like, some kind of mental breakdown.
Is really...
Look, bro, I'm not defending this nigga whatsoever, bro. Fuck that nigga for real. But it's just, oh my god, this is crazy, dude.
Hard to listen to. This is like next level.
You gotta leave this nigga, bro. You gotta leave this nigga.
Abuse. In the following months, this seemed like the only thing streamers could talk about. It was the first time in internet history that a streamer as big as Amouranth shared a live video of the behavior surrounding domestic violence. They say she shouldn't air this publicly, but we all know that if she made an accusation of abuse, the first thing they'd demand is evidence.
Absolutely.
After this explosive moment, Amouranth released a video sharing that she had separated from Nick. She looked healthier, wore a large comfortable sweater, and quoted a line.
Wasn't that last argument like a month ago?
From Dobby the elf in the Harry Potter series, who escaped slavery by being gifted new clothes.
And I don't have to wear cleavage every day. I can wear clothes. Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free.
She even voiced
I know niggas in the chat probably put LMAO, LOL to that, but that's fucking sad. That's kind of fucking scary, actually. That's actually kind of fucking scary.
her concerns about the inevitable changes she would have to make to her image moving forward.
I just hope that people still watch without so much showing. I still can't believe just how many people gave it. Because for most of the years online, it felt like everyone was against me for like the type of content that I didn't even want to stream.
And initially, there was unanimous support for her escape. This was a rare moment where an alleged victim of what was essentially online trafficking was free to return to a normal life.
Good
However,
shit.
the drama surrounding this freed victim was far from over. Whether it was the result of old habits or not making enough money, Amouranth returned to stream the same exact way as before, and this would cause supporters and even longtime fans to turn on her in a matter of weeks. For almost a month following—
Cause like, come on, you said you didn't even want to do this shit, and here you are doing it.
Amouranth split from her husband. She basically vanished from Twitch, Instagram, and the rest of her personal accounts. And this seemed totally reasonable. Anyone who faced this kind of pressure is bound to be in need of a break, if not quitting altogether. She had the assets, she had the money. If everything she was saying was the truth, there wasn't any reason for her to continue.
No.
However, when Amouranth came back to streaming, it was almost like nothing had ever happened. Instead of the big sweatshirt and baggy clothes, she actually doubled down on what she was doing before. She even went as far as wearing nothing at all except a sensor bar crudely taped to her chest. Almost immediately, these odd decisions started to set people off. Literally weeks ago, the entire internet witnessed this tragic story about a girl in a toxic relationship unfold. A young woman so desperate to hold her life together that she was willing to do anything for her abusive partner. A woman who claimed that she was forced against her will to do these streams, and now she is back doing it again? Is her husband back in control? Was it all a marketing stunt? YouTubers and streamers who just vocalized their support for her felt like they might have been fooled.
She didn't want to stream on Twitch with absolutely no clothes. She didn't want to do an OnlyFans because Amouranth is actually a very good and wholesome girl with very good values and morals. And the only reason she was doing any of this was because she was forced to by her evil ex-husband, okay? Now, believe it or not, the absolute entire internet completely fell for this and believed her.
People started wondering if she even had a husband or a boyfriend, if this tragic story was even real, or if she just revealed herself to be another farmer for online clout. To make matters worse, Amouranth's habit of flaunting her wealth was about to backfire horribly.
Oh my god. Who was the streamer that threw her cat? I'm still on that. Oh my gosh. Okay,
In
hold
an
on.
effort to get more attention online, she unknowingly inspired thieves to break into her home, slowly exposing
Oh, I remember this.
that her personal life was still an absolute disaster.
I fucking remember this. This shit was fake.
By 2024, Amouranth had been dethroned as the top female streamer, but even though she wasn't number—
Or I think it was fake. I'm pretty sure it was. They said it was fake. I don't remember.
She was still pulling in some serious money from donations and sponsorships from the streaming platform Kick. Aside from her investments in local businesses like the gas stations, a pool toy company, and manufacturing facilities for inflatable balls, Amouranth also—
Alinity. It was not Amouranth. It was fucking Alinity. Yeah. 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 She got canceled for throwing her cat, bro. She launched that cat across the fucking room. And I don't know if she's even successful anymore. I don't know if niggas even still watch her. Is she live? She still gets decent views. Great views, actually. What am I talking about? Shit.
decided to proudly post her crypto assets for everyone to see. About $20 million in Bitcoin and $80,000.
I'm so glad I grew up in the hood, bro, and was taught to never fucking flaunt my money, bro, because what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Why?
And Ethereum, and given her past career choices moving
You
forward,
talk to crypto advisors about should you hold or sell, not the fucking internet.
she was catching her fair share of hate every time she bragged. I imagine most of that was probably gifted to her too. We'll never forget the dumb simps for making these
Wow, I'm on Twitch, Patrick, I'm on Twitch.
rich. And while people often say no publicity is bad publicity, Amouranth's behavior proved that this isn't always true. When 4 local teenagers saw how much money she had in her accounts, they planned a heist that would end up being a countrywide news story. According to police records, 4 boys aged 16 to 19 made a plan to enter Amouranth's house at night to catch her off guard, but they didn't realize how difficult this home invasion would be. See, most of Amouranth's property was walled off with barbed wire. On top of that, it was essentially
Oh shit, W. Nigga, I think I'd do the same thing, bro. If I get a house, barbed wire, bro. Barbed wire.
a compound,
You're not getting
decked out
nowhere.
with security cameras, motion sensor floodlights, and basically anything else a civilian could own to make their home as secure as possible.
Damn, bro. I need to take some fucking notes, cause nigga, I want my shit locked down, bruh.
And the teenagers' method for breaking into the house seemed like they had watched too many movies, with one of their friends posted up in the getaway car and the other 3 setting off all the lights trying to find a way inside. When they realized they couldn't scale the wall without getting cut by the barbed wire, they got even more impulsive, making the choice to just pull off loose pieces of the wood paneling until they were able to sneak through the back, smashing through a sliding glass door. The sound of the shattering glass was so loud that Amouranth finally woke up in a connecting building. And when she heard the sound, she was terrified. Almost immediately, she reached out to her husband, Nick Lee.
First call would have been 911, not my husband, bro. I'm sorry. First call would have been 911, then my girl. 911, then my girl. But chances are my girl would be in the house with me. So 911 regardless.
Who was still living on the property. Believing it might be just one of Amouranth's many pets, Nick initially tried to calm her down. It was at this point that fans realized she was still married to her alleged abusive husband, but thankful that he was there to protect her. While Nick was still on the phone listening to his partner freak out, the thieves were making their way through the rest of the property to find Amouranth and threaten her for the money. And when they got to her bedroom door, it was locked, and they seemingly started to regret their decision.
Go, we're already in. Look, there's a camera right there. We're already in. Just do it.
And this is where you realize how naive they really are. One of them shot at the doorknob thinking that would somehow break the lock.
Nigga, this shit's not a movie. You don't shoot at the door lock.
When that didn't work, they kicked down the door screaming for Amouranth to give them the crypto.
One of them has the gun pointed at my head, and the other one is asking where the crypto is. And he can hear all this too.
Yeah, relationally, I don't know where the phone is, but like I can hear, this, yeah.
Amaranth obviously had crypto, but there wasn't any chance that she would have it somewhere in the house. After all, it's not a physical currency. That is, unless there was a cold storage device stowed away for safekeeping. But there's no way they would have known that, given how unprepared they were in the first place. Only complete idiots would try to rob someone
Damn, Patrick, he got some pretty eyes, nigga.
in real life for cryptocurrency, ignoring Amaranth's cries for help and her claims that
So they broke into Amaranth's house and they tried to rob her for cryptocurrency, but instead they didn't get any cryptocurrency because they were really naive criminals that are only like 5 years older than the average teenager. Like, goddamn, what?
she doesn't have physical crypto to give them, the robbers started striking her in the head with their pistols. Dazed and confused, Amouranth was out of options, and instead of claiming she didn't have anything to give them, she lied and said that she'd show them where it was, guiding them through the property while one of them continued to strike her and pull her hair. Ultimately, her plan was to guide the thieves to Nick, hoping that he would be armed by the time they arrived.
Why are you in the gym? I think he went to the gym to kind of just show it off. Like, he was like, oh, where can I take this picture? Oh, let's try the gym. What the fuck are you doing in the gym with a full ass cowboy suit on. You got the shirt. You got the little tie. I forgot what they call them things. You got the suit jacket, the hat, jeans, and then boots. Why are you in the gym?
Arrived.
It's a night of sheer terror as a woman is brutally assaulted by 3 masked home invaders. She's internet personality Caitlin Saragusa, known to her millions of fans as Amouranth. She brings them across a courtyard to another building in their compound where there is a surprise waiting for them. Caitlin's husband, Nick, is watching the drama unfold on security cameras. He was armed and ready at the top of the staircase.
After they entered the building,
You missed? Nigga, you missed? You had clear sight, top of the staircase, and you missed. I'm really hoping he missed on purpose for warning shots. Because a nigga like me, if I had niggas break in, my girl led them up to me, and I'm at the top of the staircase, bam, bam, bam. All 3 of them, one shot, 1 kill. Maybe not kill, but like boom, boom, boom. Just like that. Bro missed.
Nick shot in their direction, hitting one of them as they ran away.
Oh, he did get hit. Okay, never mind. I take it back, Nick. I take it back.
Thieves were caught and arrested in the following days. As you can imagine, this was a huge story. Large media companies didn't know anything about.
Yeah, time to replace those wood panels with metal or stone. Because what the fuck?
Amouranth like younger millennials and Gen Zs did. To the Gen X and Boomer crowd, this was one of those home defense stories of a successful power couple that worked together to save each other's lives.
I don't know what they're wanting from this. And I decided to just pretend that I know where crypto is. And so I decided to lead them over to my husband who was...
Okay. They really should have been in Dumbest Criminals, because if you're dumb enough to believe that she has a physical form of crypto, you deserve to be shot, nigga. If you believe she had physical crypto somewhere, you deserve to be shot. Cryptocurrency is quite literally digital, and only digital. There is no physical form of cryptocurrency, bro. These niggas are, oh my god.
Still on the phone with me this whole time.
Yeah, she had it on speakerphone, so I heard all of that. And it gave me just like a moment to kind of compose myself and then, decide what to do. And like, in that moment, the things that the cliches are true, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall back to your level of training or whatever.
And while they were being celebrated on television, everyone else following it online had serious questions. They were surprised to finally see the face of Nick Lee, the alleged monster who forced Amouranth into selling herself online, calmly answering questions with a smile. They didn't understand why Amouranth and him were sitting side by side as if they were united, and they really didn't understand why the man who appeared to push this streamer over the edge was even in her house to begin with, let alone being paraded around as some kind of hero.
Hey.
Can you see it now?
Hey.
Hello.
What's up, Amouranth's husband? Nice to meet you.
Hi, how's it going?
You're a real warrior. You're a good husband, man. You were brave that night. Good.
This caused people to wonder if any of this had been real in the first place. The abuse, the crying, the phone calls, the text messages, and even this insane robbery were now being held under a microscope to see if this had all been completely staged. However, it does seem incredibly difficult to orchestrate a robbery like this, especially considering shots were fired and the robbers were caught. But whatever the case, Amouranth's viewers quickly discovered that Nick was here to stay, and after this traumatic night, their relationship would spiral into a dark place. And for some odd reason, they decided to live stream an explosive domestic.
This is the reason why everyone thinks it's fake, because why in the middle of an actual real argument would you spark up a live stream?
Altercation for almost 24 hours straight. Although very little was known about her husband Nick for almost—
Hold on, the streamer who infamously sold jarred farts in 2020, she did that? What the fuck?
24 hours straight. Although very little was known about her husband Nick Lee, it seemed like he was managing most of the business side for Amouranth's brand. He wore expensive clothes, worked on her business ventures in a compound attached to their house, and even appeared to never leave her side, even though Amouranth claimed they had split up months before. Then on May 11th, 2025, the couple surprised everyone when they started streaming together. Out of frame, Nick Lee appeared audibly enraged, accusing Caitlyn of performing acts with Aaron Pogson, a leading producer of the Red Pill podcast Fresh and Fit.
Oh, do not get me started on that nigga Myron, bro. Do not get me started on that nigga. I haven't seen or heard anything about that nigga Myron in months. And I'd like to keep it that way. And I swear to God, if I see Myron's face, I might crash out.
You kissing black men while we're married.
That is not even true.
Nigga, what the fuck? You could have said the dude's name, or you could have said something else. Why did you have to throw kissing black men? You know, you got it, bro.
Ooh, oh my God.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that.
We can talk about that, sure.
Okay, let's talk about
You had me go on Tinder dates that I didn't want to go on. And then you started calling me while we were at the karaoke bar a lot.
Me if you could have an open relationship.
That is no.
Oh, you didn't?
You were wanting an open relationship.
No, did you ask that? Okay, maybe I will sleep with Aaron. Did we say that?
That is
never?
not.
You never asked that?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. If we're gonna lie to your chat now, okay.
We're literally not lying.
Wait, hold the phone, bro. Hold the absolute fucking phone. Is this nigga's legs? Is this nigga's? This is the nigga's legs? Whole time I'm thinking this is him with these on. Nigga, what the fuck are you wearing? Oh nah. Oh nah. Oh fucking nah. Pepper Steppers clipped it.
You didn't give him a job in the
I did not.
I'm thinking this is her the whole time, bro. Nigga is raw dogging them things, bro. And then he got his legs crisscrossed.
Oh, okay.
Correct. I
didn't drive up on you guys together, you giving him a in the parking lot in Chinatown.
These men can't even find that would make us money of such acts that you are claiming right now. Yet you're saying I would do it off stream for no money?
Yes.
You're
oh my God.
And this wasn't a typical argument that lasts 5 to maybe 30 minutes. The dysfunctional couple just left the stream running for more than 20 hours, streaming insane levels of this heated argument. At one point,
nigga was raw dogging those. Nigga is dressed like a woman, raw dogging them things, bruh.
Point, Nick aggressively shifted Amouranth's desk, and she actually called the cops.
That's fine.
Regardless.
I'm not okay with. I'm not unokay with being observed.
Okay, great.
I'm unokay with you pointing the camera.
Well, then leave. I'm not going to follow you.
So you're literally just going to be super defiant.
Talk about problems, hey? What the f is wrong with you, bro? Leave. You
face.
can move. You can go away.
I wasn't in camera view. You moved the camera view.
Bro? What is wrong with you? You got.
Just dragging the wire, alright.
You okay? Yeah.
See, and niggas want to get on me about water bottles on the table, bruh. My girl want to get on me about water bottles on the table. Niggas want to get on my ass about water bottles on the table. Look at this. It don't matter how much money you got, you're gonna have some shit on the table, bruh. As a creator, okay? It's hard to explain, but as a creator, your desk is always going to be messy. I'm sorry. It's just a fact. If your team, I'm not going to lie to you. If you're a creator and your desk is always 100% clean, I can't trust you. I can't trust you, bro. Because people will go as far as being like, well, women will keep their desk clean. Yeah, maybe. But have you ever seen like a woman's like, what do you say, weekly cleanup thing on their desk? And then you see all this shit on their desk? It don't have to be water bottles, bro. It's just a messy desk in general. If your desk is completely clean and you're a creator, I don't trust you. I can't trust you. I can't. I can't. Call me out. It doesn't have to just be like food items and shit. It could be just a bunch of like random papers, crumpled up receipts, fucking anything, bro. But if the desk is completely clean, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. If you're a creator and your shit is completely clean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, we're live streaming. You just having a tantrum.
After the cops left, Nick and Caitlin made the decision to keep the camera rolling. They argued about everything: their 7 dogs, Nick's attitude, his infidelity.
Why do you have 7 dogs? Bro, I don't care how much money I make. I'm not owning 7 dogs. Cause what the fuck? At max, bro, I kid you not, at max, probably 4. Probably fucking 4 at the complete max. 2 is like my sweet spot. I would own 2 just because I want them to have a friend. But 4 fucking 7?
Like smoking cigars actively. Why do you compare things that you can't compare?
And then
why are you insane?
You know, we have 7 dogs.
Why are you insane? Hey, she low-key cooked him with that. Why are you insane?
Honestly,
and none of them are in the house. Crazy, right?
Over the outside.
Yeah, that's what dogs do. Where do you want it to go?
They have. Okay, what I'm saying is that we don't need 7 of them.
You
I'm not gonna lie, like, you don't need 7 dogs.
supposed to get 7. I wanted 5.
And yet you're saying I hate them. It's so weird.
Why do y'all want odd number of dogs, though? Why can't y'all have even numbers so that everybody has, like, a companion? You having an odd amount of dogs means somebody left out. You know, if you assign them a group project, one nigga's not gonna have a partner.
Oh my God!
That's what you're doing. You chose to do it.
God,
but
jeez.
you also
I
took care of
literally
them.
told you
But you hate them.
that you
but
can't
you don't like
complain
them.
about them. You agreed you wouldn't
You're
complain about
bipolar.
them if we got
I hate
7.
them. I don't
You're
like them.
crazy.
I agreed to 7.
You suggested 2 more.
Amaranth went as far as to claim that Nick was after her life insurance.
Secretly dating a community member
yelling at me,
while
I guess.
blood
I
was
can't deal with it. You won't leave. You won't shut up. What did I do? The
So why
cops-
can't you call the cops to remove him from the house? They were just here, and you were like, yeah, I'm fine. You could have easily been like, no, please get this nigga out of here.
Would help me. No one can help me.
Destiny little Steve.
I'm talking in a room
just
temperature
tipped
voice.
$1.
You're yelling at me like
Stasha,
you do every night,
Cherry,
basically nowadays.
Melina, Pixie,
Did you yell at me last night?
Baby Peach,
Yeah.
Stasha, Cherry, Melina.
Interesting. This is weird. What's up? Yeah. I mean, I don't think so. Basically, this whole thing flew off the rails when she asked me to come help her. I came to help her. She had a really bad attitude, and then somehow it ended up with her yelling at me, but it's my fault.
The stream just kept going on and on. Sometimes
I mean, a 24-hour stream of y'all just arguing. It gets to a point where it's like, all right, bro, just turn the fucking stream off, bro. Because now we doing theatrics. But at the same time, what could be said is maybe she kept the stream on because if she turned it off, some shit might have happened. Maybe that's why she didn't turn off the stream.
times they'd leave the room, and other times they'd be quietly sitting in different places resting after the latest shouting match. And to add to this dystopian nightmare, they were conversing with the chat in between arguments, and chatters were sending in donations so Nick and Amouranth could hear their opinions in a text-to-speech message. After the live stream was over, speculation arose quickly. Some believe that this dangerous relationship couldn't actually be faked. Fighting almost non-stop for an entire day isn't something anyone has ever done before for clout.
Yeah, I don't, because that's the part that got me too, because an entire 24-hour argument, I don't think I could pull that off. Even if we were like, yo, let's commit to arguing with each other for 24 hours, at some point, somebody's going to say some shit that's real and offensive for real, and then you get hurt, and then a real fight starts happening. But I don't think a 24-hour fight, bro? Oh my God.
On the other hand, considering her past, everything about
And it's not just like a, oh, I'm angry at you, I'm giving you the cold shoulder for 24 hours. No, they're fucking jumping down each other's throats for 24 hours. No, bro.
This was extremely bizarre and at some points seemingly choreographed. Casual phone calls with the police, looking at the chat, and receiving donations while Amouranth was screaming in tears felt like an episode of Black Mirror. In the days that followed, Amouranth essentially went on a disjointed internet press tour with her husband, speaking with psychologists like Dr. K about how the robbery left them with PTSD and threats from Twitch and Kick to deplatform them.
Misery, mass reporting. Because a lot of times, a streamer will get in trouble if their chat isn't modded properly. So they'll try to spam a bunch of profanity in the chat. There's unhappy people live too much. Other girls don't stream as much. Eventually, I'm the only option for, incel projection. Yeah.
Having an almost 24-hour fight and having the audacity to call the chat a bunch of unhappy incel.
That's actually insane to me. I was like, bro, nobody told you to stream. You guys arguing with each other, okay? That's just not.
Seemed pretty delusional. You have to automatically assume that everything this scammer says is a lie. She makes a living off of being deceitful and dishonest. She will make up whatever story she wants to make herself look like the victim just for fun. Not only was this poorly received by pretty much everyone, but some YouTubers have come out on the offensive, hinting at the possibility that Nick and Caitlyn could have encouraged these fights for clout and views. On one occasion, XQC was invited to have dinner with Amouranth, only to be allegedly ambushed by an entire group at a nearby restaurant, and according to Felix, Nick appeared in a disguise, requesting that they start recording before getting into an all-out fight.
I swear on everything. Door opens, a guy rolls in a disguise. Disguise, okay?
Yo, bro, he said the word like it's spelled, bro. I say disguise. Other people say it like that too, but he said it just like the way it's spelled. He said disguise. Oh my god.
At the table, pulls up a chair, and he sits down, okay, wearing this weird hat and messenger bag, almost like
I don't know why I pronounce disguise like that. I pronounce it like disc and then skies. What the fuck?
Thief. And he's like, guys, I'm recording it.
But in my brain, I'm just pronouncing the G hard. Pause. Disguise. This guy's.
I'm like, what the? I swear, chat, my blood froze. I thought I was about to get killed.
Your blood froze?
Chat, yes, I genuinely thought it was done for. It was GG. Okay, and it was just It was just her husband, just showing up, and I guess he has maybe her text or her phone or her location, or whatever, and the guy just pulled up from out of nowhere. Yeah, he did talk. He said, guys, I'm not gonna dramatize the story and say something he didn't say, but I remember for a fact he said it.
Oh my holy yapper, bro! I thought I was a yapper. This thing right here, bro. He has a whole lot of filler, okay? That's what separates me in terms of yapology with XQC. He has a lot of fucking filler. Holy shit. Listen to this.
Yeah, he did talk. He said, guys, I'm not gonna dramatize the story and say something he didn't say, but I remember for a fact he said it.
God damn, my bro.
Guys, I'm recording. And then he started arguing with her, and then he started talking oh, you're just gonna leave me at home to do this? And
fucking yapper, bro. Bro, I swear I'm a yapper too, but bro, I definitely don't have as much filler as this nigga does, bro. Holy mother of God.
This task, and you're gonna go out to dinner or whatever, and they went outside to argue, whatever, and it's why I think this is real, because they were arguing for a long time.
Felix went on to say that
bro said, and I quote, well, maybe not and I quote, but let me paraphrase it. Bro literally said, well, I thought I was gonna die, and then he said, guys, I'm recording. And then they went outside to argue, and then that was just it. But bro took 3 minutes to say all of that. Bro,
The fight lasted for so long that waiters began clearing tables
Jesus.
and turning off the lights. And what he is describing is what continues to divide people on social media. Caitlyn and Nick's arguments are so long and drawn out that if it was fake, it's hard to not look at this dispute as borderline Oscar-worthy performance.
Absolutely.
Most of us can't even conceive shouting at the top of our lungs and crying for an entire day. It would be so taxing on the mind and body.
That's what I'm saying. There ain't no fucking way I'm finna have a shouting match with you for 24 hours. Nigga, you got 10 minutes max. You got 10 minutes max. Maybe even 5, bro. I'm not screaming for that long.
The amount of money would never make it worth our time and health. And the way the couple constantly talks about money, seemingly ungrateful or upset for the millions of dollars they make per month, seems like evidence that all of this could be faked for profit. Like when Nick recently started complaining that they're making a little over $1 million a month on Kick and OF instead of their past average of $2 million.
Look at this sentence, bro. Bemoaning. What the fuck? Okay, whatever the fuck that means. Bemoaning a drop in their monthly income from an eye-watering $2 million to a mere $1.2 mil. Niggas making $800,000 less and talking about some damn we fucking fell off. You niggas are still making millions a month. You niggas are still making $1 million a month.
A month.
Yes, an extra $800,000 per month adds up, sure, bro. But this is what I'm talking about. They're out of touch, bro. Oh, I'm only gonna leave you with $1 million. Acting as if $1 million isn't a lot of fucking money. Oh, we're only making $1.2 million a month, opposed from our regular $2 million. Jesus. I mean, it makes sense to look at that stuff and be like, okay, let's make sure we don't keep dropping, sure. But just being like, oh, we're making $1.2 million instead of $2 million, and we fell off is kind of fucking nuts.
The amount of money we make with both, with the exception of the last 2 months, has always been less than what OnlyFans alone used to make in 22 and 23. 2022 and 2023 and 2021. Back then, OnlyFans often hit a monthly of $2 million. Currently, last month we did over 2, but this month and every other month under the Kick contract, Kick plus OnlyFans did about 1.2, bit 1.3.
While people remain divided on whether or not all of this is...
Well, maybe it's because Amouranth is getting old. Or maybe it's because, nigga, you keep ruining her shit by being a fucking weirdo.
True, there does seem to be a simple way to respond to all of this. If Amouranth is creating arguments with her husband to draw attention to her brand, it doesn't matter how impressive the performance is. Making money mocking survivors of actual abuse is unforgivable and never should be tolerated.
That too.
However, if she is trapped in a toxic relationship where her husband holds all the cards, pushing her further and further for money until she loses her mind, that is criminal behavior and she should seek justice. However, it seems like it could be something in the middle. Like, maybe they do have this toxic relationship, but they are both consenting to it being live streamed since they both see the financial gain of it. Like a twisted justification of like, hey, if we're gonna fight, we might as well get paid for it. But regardless, none of this should ever be broadcast for the entire world to see.
Yeah, bruh. Some shit just needs to stay off the internet. Oh my god, Adam22 is going broke? Again? Bro, your wife slept with that nigga again? GG's, nigga. Hell. Alright. W Patrick CC. As always. We'll see you next Monday, bud. And for the reaction channel, we'll see you next Tuesday with another Patrick CC drop.